Let's talk sports, shall we? Commanders fans, myself included. You see that? I'm smiling. All Commanders fans are smiling because they won their season opener, beat the New York Giants yesterday at Northwest Stadium. Final score 21-6. The Commanders, well, they really wasted no time in getting fans on their feet. Quarterback Jaden Daniels connected with veteran tight end Zach Ertz to open up the scoring, and well, I could just go on and on, but who cares? The bottom line is that the Commanders won in a major way, and they beat the division, well, let's say rival Giants. Joining us to discuss this and so much more is probably the biggest Commanders fan on the planet, Tailgate Ted, back here on the Live Zone. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, it's a great Monday.
No, Guy. It's a victory Monday, man. Always great to see you, my friend.
I got to tell you, Ted, when the Commanders win, it just hits different when you wake up, as you stated, on a victory Monday. And a lot of folks smiling from ear to ear. However, I got to play devil's advocate here. Right after the game, quarterback Jaden Daniels said, you know what, okay, we got the win, but we were somewhat sloppy. What say you?
They were sloppy, right? This is technically the first game of the season, but for a lot of fans that have been watching for a long time, this is still kind of preseason, right? Jaden only had one drive the entire preseason. Terry wasn't there during preseason. Jaden didn't even throw a ball during preseason. So they definitely left some points on the table. The good news is the defense had their back, and it didn't even matter.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? You made mention about Terry McLaurin. I was at the game, as were you, yesterday, and I saw that with regard to Jaden Daniels, that deep pass, if you will, to Terry McLaurin. It looked like he somewhat overthrew him, but yet again, that's where preseason comes into play. That's where training camps comes into play, and apparently they both didn't have just that this year.
They did, and I know that the team was hoping to scrimmage the Ravens. That got canceled at the last minute. You can only see so much during preseason games. You're not really trying to do anything. But the good news is they were able to shake some of that rust off. What they really need to focus on is the penalties. I think that's a lot of what Jaden was also talking about. They had 12 penalties for almost 90 yards. You can do that against a bad team like the Giants. You can't do that against a good team like the Packers, who we have in just a couple of days.
Yeah. All right, you made mention of Terry McLaurin, who happens to be a fan favorite. But hold up, wait a minute, Tailgate Ted. Apparently there's a new guy in town. Goes by the name of Bill. I absolutely love that. We're talking about the running back, a 7th-round pick, quickly becoming a household name, Ted.
I was shocked. So I get to the stadium at 7 o'clock, and I don't get a chance to look at my phone. So the debate was, is Bill going to be active, or is it going to be Chris Rodriguez Jr.? I get inside the stadium. I'm at my seats. No Chris Rodriguez to be found. Bill got the nod. What a lot of people don't know is you only have 47 players active on game day, and Bill got it as a rookie. And he showed why they traded away Brian Robinson Jr. to the 49ers, because Bill led the team in yardage, averaging almost, 8.2 a carry?
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy to see that young man.
Yeah. But by the way, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask, how in the heck did he get the name Bill?
So there's apparently a cartoon character by the name of Bill that he looked like. So he got that nickname growing up as a kid. And it's a lot easier to say Bill versus his entire name, which I still butcher and won't even try.
Yeah, that's why you didn't hear me say it as well, Tailgate Ted. You're right. It's 3 words, and you try saying that fast a couple of times. All right, so the Commanders, they picked up that W against the Giants, which, it felt so good. Now, oh my gosh, not 1, not 2, but just 3 days from now, Tailgate Ted, they're going to take on the Green Bay Packers, who many predict may very well go to the Super Bowl.
It's with that missing piece of Micah Parsons that they just added. And I am so happy the Cowboys pulled the Cowboys and traded him out of the division so we don't have to see him twice a year. The bad news is we have to see him this week. And that Packers defense held a very, very proficient Lions offense is just 13 points. And they don't have to travel anywhere. So they're going to get a lot more rest than we are. We've got our work cut out for us this week.
Yeah, last time I checked, I think the Green Bay Packers are favored by 3.5 points. But it could be a lot worse, and that will truly be a test for the Commanders in, yet again, just 3 days. With that being said, Tailgate Ted, what would you deem a success for the Washington Commanders this year?
Playoffs. Right? It's playoffs is where the bar is, and that's just such a scary thought considering how low the bar was years prior to the Hogs ownership group, the Harris ownership group taking over. But Are we going to win 12 games in the regular season like we did last year? I don't know. I'm not too sure if we will because we have a lot tougher schedule this year. We've got to go out to Kansas City. We've got to go to Green Bay. We're going to Spain to play the Dolphins, who don't look good, but we still have to go to Spain. But how far we get in the playoffs is really what's going to mean a successful season. NFC Championship game? Who knows?
Yeah.
But 5 can get us there.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said the playoffs and not necessarily their record. We all know that the Commanders have a tougher schedule this year, so perhaps not as many wins, but yet again, if they make it to the playoffs or when they make it to the playoffs and continue to advance, that's what you really judge.
Oh, everyone starts from scratch once you get back in that postseason. Right? That's all that matters. It would be amazing to host a home playoff game. So if we get a chance to do that, I think that's a successful season. And we build on that. I mean, we were 60 minutes away from the Super Bowl, Guy.
Oh, gosh.
And just thinking about that still gives me goosebumps. But Dan Quinn has built a culture with this team and a group of young men that want to fight for each other. And they will do everything they can to get us back there again this year.
Yeah, Tailgate Ted is no secret. Every great warrior knows his or her opponent. In this case, we're talking about other teams. Any other team in specific really stand out to you thus far? And I know it's only week 1, but I have one on my mind. I'm curious, do you?
The Chargers looked really good against Kansas City. I mean, that was a game they all had to travel to Brazil for. It was a home game for the Chargers. But to do that against the AFC champs and to watch Justin Herbert look more like Patrick Mahomes than Mahomes did, they definitely surprised me.
Yeah. All right, for me, it's the Buffalo Bills. Did you see that comeback last night against the Ravens right up the road? Well, obviously, they play right up the road. It took place in Buffalo, but dear God, what a game. Yet again, the AFC. So let's say the Commanders make it all the way to the big game. Perhaps they'll be taking on the Bills. Who knows? As we wrap up, sir, what's coming up on the podcast?
So Rally Captain and I are doing the DMV Mess Hall this afternoon. We're going to recap the tailgate and everything from a fan perspective yesterday. We're going to preview the Packers game coming up, and maybe got a couple of little nuggets that we're going to give you that you didn't get to see if you weren't there.
Wow, absolutely love it. By the way, absolutely love that victory cigar you got a chance to smoke yesterday following the victory over the New York Giants. Tailgate Ted joining us right here on the Live Zone. As he made mention, this upcoming Thursday, you could watch the game right here on Fox 5. The pregame show starts at 7:30, and then the Amazon Prime game on Fox 5 begins at 8 p.m. Tailgate Ted, always good to see you, my friend.
My pleasure, Guy. You take care.
You bet. All right, folks, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.